Hi everyone! Sophie Loves Makeup requested that I do a review on the NARS Orgasm Blusher, so that's what I'm going to do today, and this is what it looks like. As you can see, mine is quite dirty and quite well used. So what can I say about this? It's quite small. I'm always really surprised at how small the NARS blush compacts are when you get them home and you hold them, but it is really sleek, as is all NARS packaging. I do like the packaging because it's nice and black and it's sophisticated packaging, adult packaging, but it does get dirty, which is what I can say about pretty much every single NARS item that I have. The packaging does get ridiculously, disgustingly dirty. But it's good for travel, and it does have a mirror. I don't think the mirror is that useful though, to be honest, because it's not big enough really for you to apply your blush. I mean, you can get a fairly decent enough view of like your cheek from here, but I'd much rather just do it in a big mirror, and because I don't reapply my makeup during the day, I especially don't reapply blush during the day unless I'm going out, the mirror pretty much is not being used because it just sits at home whilst I go out. So, you know, but in comparison to this MAC mineralized blush which I have, the MAC mineralized blush which I have, this one is 3.2 grams of product. So, as you can see, you get a lot more product in the, or apparently, get a lot more product in the NARS compact, which, so these things, they are quite deceptive. So the products can last you for 2 years. That's when you should ideally throw it away. It passes its best. I've had this for about a year now, and I've still got this much left. So it's a really, really, really high quality product. It does last a long time. So the colour is a highly pigmented coral pink with gold shimmer, and when I say shimmer I don't mean glitter, I mean that kind of grown-up shimmer that NARS tend to put in their products. It's not, I mean, it buffs out, but it gives your face a really nice natural flush, a bit of a glow, and it just gives it a nice finish. So, yep, you can buff the shimmer out, as I've said, and this blush goes hand in hand with the Laguna bronzer. They are often sold together in duos, so they're pretty good together. The pinky tones, the pinky orange tones in the blush are picked up by the bronzy tones in Laguna, so that's really nice. They're really, really pretty together actually. And this actually has lasted me for ages, as I've showed you, and a little goes a long way. However, it's not the most pigmented NARS blush I've ever come across. I'll show you a swatch in comparison to another blush I have. So here is a swatch of NARS, the Orgasm. You can see the goldy sheen. And then here's another NARS blush. For reference, it's Matahari. And you can see that this one's pretty pigmented. You do have to use this one with a light hand. But this one you don't need to be particularly careful, which is why I think they say it's a universal blush, because you don't need to be careful with Orgasm in the way that you probably should exercise a bit of caution on other NARS blushes, particularly Exhibit A. There's a swatch of them side to side. As you can see that Matahari is considerably more pigmented. But anyway, it's a really, really high quality product. It's got a good texture actually. It's got a really nice texture. It's not chunky. It blends nicely. It's really finely milled. It's really smooth, and yeah, it's just really nice. It's not chalky either. I know that some blushes can show up pretty chalky and not much else, but this is not chalky, and it shows up on my cheeks really, really easily. It's not but it is buildable as well, which is what I like, because when you put it on your cheeks it can seem a little sheer despite the fact that it is pigmented. So you can build it up for a bit more of a blushed up look if you want. So on skin, I've had no adverse reactions, no breakouts, no mysterious rashes from this. It seems to be a pretty good blush for people with sensitive skin. The general consensus on Makeup Alley, people with sensitive skin have not had reactions to this blush, so you can tell it's a high quality product. In terms of the universality of this shade, I don't like the way that this is being marketed as the blush which will suit everyone, because it probably won't. Just as when you buy a t-shirt, one size fits all, it's gonna fit. This is gonna fit some people a lot less well than it will fit others. So I mean, I can't, with skin tone, you can't give a one size fits all. So I think that it being marketed as one of those, oh, it will suit everyone blushes, it's not true. That really annoys me about the marketing, because it's a really nice colour and I'm sure it will go on a lot of skin tones, but to say it will work on every single person is not true. It's a really, really good everyday blush. I pretty much use this every day for about 6 months on the go, on the trot. I absolutely loved it. It's so natural and glowing and really, really nice. And what else can I say? Its staying power is amazing. Well, not amazing, good. It tends to last me about 6 hours and then it fades, you know, gently. It doesn't disappear, it just fades a little bit. So it's really, really good on my skin. Probably better on drier skin or normal skin. My skin is quite oily. But 6 hours for blusher, that's pretty good. And as I've already said, I don't bother reapplying makeup. I mean, when it gets to like 4 o'clock and my blush is fading, I don't think, oh, I'm going to put some more on, unless I'm going straight out from wherever I am. But generally, I just don't bother. I'm pretty lazy about that kind of thing. I'd rather just grab a lipstick from my makeup bag and then blend it into my cheeks. So I am pretty lazy about that, but it does fade really nicely. In terms of duplicates you can get, Peachy Keen and Spring Sheen by MAC are supposed to be really, really excellent duplicates for this. The more famous one is Milani Luminous, which has apparently been discontinued in its original form, which I learned from Savinia. So it's got a different form now. It's mineral, I think. I've never personally tried any of these dupes, so I can't vouch for how good they are, but from what I hear, Milani is the best match. And there is another one which I found out. Everyday Minerals has one in Theme Park, and apparently that is supposed to be a really, really good blush, and mineral blushes are always really pigmented, so that will probably last you quite a while as well. It seems like a really nice blush to have. Whew, let's take a breath. The price is steep. $18.50 in the UK and $25 US. You can get it from Sephora in the US. I don't know where else you can get it from. I guess department stores. In the UK, Space NK, Selfridges, Liberty, probably Harvey Nichols as well. You know, those big department store places. In terms of would I buy it again, I would probably buy it again, yes. I do really, really like this, but I would also really love to try the dupe blushes just to see how well they hold up, because I've not met a blush that can stay as well on my cheeks as NARS Orgasm. Whether or not you should buy it as a consumer, well, if you want to. But I would suggest playing around with a few dupes first to see how well you like the colour before committing to buying this, because if it turns out that it doesn't suit you or you don't like it, it's a really expensive product to make a mistake on. So whereas while I would buy it again, I would really, really advise people to go seek out a dupe and see how they like it. So hopefully this review was helpful to you, and thanks for tuning in.